welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about Logitech Brio and if you should buy a webcam or a DSLR for your channel. First things first, I am not an expert. I am not a photographer, a videographer, or a big channel on YouTube. I'm not a streamer as well. Doubled a bit though. You see, about 3-4 months ago, me and my wife decided that we would make a YouTube channel. And as of such, for a YouTube channel, you need a few things. Starting off, you need a camera if you're gonna show your face. You need a microphone if you're gonna, have people hear you talking. Now, we're not gonna talk about microphone or other stuff now. We're just gonna talk about camera. So, in my experience, in my unexperienced experience with cameras, webcams are not a good idea. Let me clarify. This camera right now is in front of me about 50 centimeters away. It's mounted on my monitor. As you can see earlier a bit, it was out of focus. It does that sometimes. So this is how far it is, 50 centimeters. I don't know how many inches that is. I'm from Europe, but you can easily find a Google, converter and can see the distance. Anyway, it's kind of at the arms away. And as you can see right now, as you're looking at me, it looks really good, doesn't it? It looks really good, especially for the little light you need. Right now I have only one ring light here and a lamp here in this part. And if you watched videos on YouTube, everybody says that lights are more important than the camera itself. Look, this is how it looks. Come on, turn off. With this off, a bit worse, right? And this is how it looks with this off. It looks horrible. So let's turn this off. And this on. The light for this video right now, it's about, this ring light is about $8, and this ring and this light here, this lamp, is part of a free set lamp that I bought from Amazon for $38, so another $10. And if I wanted more light, because I had the other free lights, I can just put more lights around here. I can make myself I know what's something bright? Star? No, those are in Hollywood. I don't know. Anyway, the idea is this. You don't need a lot of light for this kind of a shot because it's pretty close and you can buy a few lamps and that's that. So it's a good thing. If you're going to use this kind of a setup, if you're going to be really close to the camera, and you might use this if you want to stream. If you stream on computer, you're just going to be close to the monitor anyways. Just mount the camera there, put a few ring lights or lights around. You can buy an LED light for the back and just put it to make it look good. I know that my back doesn't look that good. I don't have a lot of money to invest right now, but it looks decent, doesn't it? So for this kind of setup, if you're gonna stream, this webcam is good. It's pretty good. It's 4K, it looks nice, my skin looks good, and this is not editing any kind of color correction, no filters, no nothing. Just put it in the computer and then put a few lights and there you go. This is how good it looks. But this is if it's this close. I had a problem with this camera for a long time because you see my setup is a bit different. You see that bed there? That's where I sleep, but that's also where I sit when I record because my TV is there about 2 meters away and I mounted the camera on it. And at 2 meters away with the light hitting me and not that much the camera because this light kind of hits the camera as well, it looked really grainy. It didn't look really good when it's on its full screen anyways. because I like to have a bit of intro for every single video, even if it's cheesy and if it's not that good, you're learning. I think that's one thing I would want to have. And when it's full screen, it looks terrible. When it's small in a corner, in a frame, well, it's so small that it doesn't bother. Nobody can see the difference. They don't see the bad quality. So yeah, sorry about that. If you have any kind of intention of using this camera farther than a meter away, I mean, maybe even a meter is too far away, farther than a monitor would be close to your face when you're gaming, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good idea. If you are gonna use it for something else than that, don't buy it. But if you're gonna use it just like this, close, if you're just gonna put your camera on one side and then have the screen of the gameplay, is good enough as well. But even in that situation, I would not recommend this camera. Why? I'll tell you why. Because this camera right now on Amazon, it's about anywhere from 150 euro, that'd be like $160, to 200 euro, that'd be like 200 and something, 210, 220 dollars for a webcam. Now it does 4K, but it's only 30 frames per second, and it looks good. But for $200, there are other options. But let's talk about that later. Let's talk a bit about the camera that I would recommend, and that is the 920 or 930 Logitech, because that's about $40, 40, 45, depends what the prices are now for it, because they're in demand, you know, lockdown, jobs, Zoom calls, things like that. Demand goes up, prices go up. That's how the world works, unfortunately. I wish like demand goes up, salary go up. That would be nice. That's not how it works though. So the 920 is a lot cheaper, and yes, you don't have the 4K, but you don't really need a 4K. Look, let me show you what this camera looks like, and how that camera will probably look like in just HD. Now bear with me, because this Logitech app is annoying, really annoying. All right, let's go here. Where are you? Here, and then let's go to HD. The screen is gonna go blank for a bit, and there we are. Now we are in HD. You can see a bit of more grainage. You can see that my skin doesn't look as good. There is a bit of a difference, isn't it? But it still looks good. And you're only paying $40 instead of paying around $200 for that quality. And let's be honest, if you're gonna stream, if you're gonna, especially if you stream, but even if you record for YouTube as a gameplay, channel, you don't need 4K. Not for a small camera put somewhere there in the screen, or even at the beginning when you're talking, or you want to comment, or you want to make a review. This is good enough. And it's only $40. So yeah, I would recommend the 9020, not this camera. It's a bit too expensive for what he has and what he offers. Especially that when you use it in 4K, it really hits up. At least mine. I don't know if every single camera does. I have only one. And there's a bit of a delay sometimes. And sometimes the camera freezes as well. So yeah. So that would be my recommendation if you want to buy a camera, and what you should use the camera for. Again, I'm not an expert. There are other channels that know what they're talking about. Not me. I'm just telling you what I experienced in the past few months. Anyway, 920. Not the Brio. No way. Because if you're gonna buy a Brio for $200, you might as well just put another $50 and buy yourself a DSLR. No, not a brand new one. You can buy a used DSLR. And if you buy a Canon or a Sony, I'm not sure about Sony, I just heard about it, but I know the Canon does have software where it lets you be able to use the camera as a webcam. Now it's not gonna be 4K. I think it's only 720p. The resolution, I'm not sure. I haven't used it yet. So you can use that, and it's a better quality. You can change the lenses on it to give it a different view. If you have enough space and enough lights, you can make a bokeh effect or whatever it's called, the background being blurred. There are a lot of things you can use it. Now, the DSLR also has a disadvantages, and that is most of them only record up to 30 minutes. So for streaming, I'm not sure how that's gonna work with the web utility. You might just remove that. Whatever it's called. What was that called? Leave the comment below. Remind my brain to find the word. Yeah, that shortcome of it, right? But if you're not using it for streaming, and you're just using it for recording, 30 minutes should be enough. I don't think a video on YouTube should be longer than 30 minutes, with exceptions. Some of mine are, though. I'm not that good at YouTube. Anyway, that 30 minutes shouldn't be a problem. I bought my camera for around $300. I bought it because this one was getting on my nerves. OBS had a update, and my camera didn't want to listen to me anymore. It froze up. I usually don't have time to record that much. Like I get maybe 2 hours sometimes, especially like the longest time I record, the day I recorded most is usually Sunday, and I get like 3 hours at most. And I had about 2 hours and a half to record, and my camera kept freezing. No, it's not its fault. It's software issues and things like that, updates from OBS, things. It wasn't the camera's fault. The pro camera didn't do anything to me, but it wasn't cooperating. I couldn't do it. I did everything. Went to the Logitech capture app. Went to OBS. Nothing fixed it. After about an hour and a half, it fixed itself. But that was an hour and a half I could not record out of 2 hours that I could. So I got frustrated and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna use it. So I went to the eBay of my country and I looked for cameras and I found one and I bought one. And I have to say, I am happy with it. When I first started researching for this YouTube stuff, all I was seeing was people were recommending these webcams. Nobody was recommending DSLR, saying it's a bit too hard to work with, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot easier with that. And I don't have problems with that. And I can do more in editing with that. I'm not a good editor, but I can do a bit more. And it can actually save my butt sometimes. I just recorded 2 hours again, and the mic that I'm using right now didn't record any audio. Do you know why? Because I didn't plug it in the right USB port. This computer has only 3.0 ports, but because OBS remembered that I plugged the microphone in a certain port and I didn't plug it there, it just didn't work. But that's not the end of it, right? Because I have the audio from the camera. It's not as good as this audio, but it's good enough. It's good enough. I cannot go back in time and resolution. I cannot replay the game from that part. I don't have the save. And even if I did, it wouldn't be the same because I cannot have the same reactions to it, because I already know what's happening. So that saved me. So if you want to do YouTube and not streaming, and if you are playing on a console and not on a PC, buy a DSLR. Buy a DSLR, and a cheap one. I would recommend you to go on Canon's site and look what cameras are compatible with the the web utility and just buy one of those secondhand, and that's that. I would recommend something that has a flip screen so you can actually see yourself when it's recording, and when the 30 minutes are up, so you know what the recording stopped. That's a good thing. The one that I bought is the SL2, the Rebel 2, I think that's what it's called. It was the cheapest I can find with what I wanted, and it was cheap because I paid for this almost the same money I paid for that. Yeah. Anyways, don't buy this camera. Don't buy this camera. It's an expensive camera that you're not gonna use. Just buy the Logitech 920 if you're gonna use the webcam, or buy a DSLR or a web recorder. No, what's that called? Camcorder. I haven't used one of those. Maybe those are better. Just don't buy this one. Don't. It's gonna be a waste of money. All of this till now was recorded, except the beginning, in full HD. Still looks good, doesn't it? Let me show you again the difference. Come on, I'm waiting for the app to load. It's taking a long time. And now, 4K. Please move. Come on. And there we are in 4K. And as you can see, it's already a delay, right? Oh, look, it's starting to fix it now, but it's still a bit of delay compared to full HD. This is a small camera, guys. A small webcam. I mean, you can do 4K, but come on, if you want a 4K camera, just buy something more expensive. But you don't need 4K. You really don't. Okay, if you like this video, leave a like, a comment. Also, I just bought these free lights from Amazon. They're pretty good. I think so. Like, see the blue one there? There. Yeah, there. That's also part of the set. They're small lights that has 2 blue gels in it to give a bit of a blue there. I know it looks terrible with that being there, but again, don't really have the room or the budget to do something else. I am waiting for a few things I ordered as well. Maybe you'll see if that improves the background. If you want a review for those free LED lights, I told you $30. I think it was $35 or euros, something like that, for free LED lights. I can make a review for that if you want, but I need to for you guys to leave a comment down below. Wow, 18 minutes, guys. I know that people are not gonna watch till the end. I know that. If you did watch till then, leave a comment down below with cherry and banana pies. Yeah, say cherry and banana pies. I'll know that you saw the whole video. Yeah, this is gonna be funny, right? Because people are not gonna know why you guys are commenting cherry and banana pies. Yeah, leave that down. Okay, bye.